Hansel and Gretel, Part 2. Into the Woods. They went deeper and deeper into the woods. Gretel was careful to drop one crumb behind her and then another, just as she said she would do. Alas, they looked for something to eat in the woods: an apple tree, pear tree, some nuts on the ground, even dried up berries. But there was no food to be found. The trees and bushes were all past the time when they bore food. The poor children were hungrier than ever. At last, poor Hansel and Gretel knew if they did not return to their hut, they would surely starve. All they needed to do was to follow the breadcrumbs that would lead them home. Yet when they looked for the trail of breadcrumbs, there was nothing to be found. The breadcrumb trail was no more. A bird whooshed up into the air, and in its beak was a large breadcrumb. Hansel and Gretel were struck with grief. The birds must have swooped down and stolen away all the breadcrumbs. The sun was setting. A wolf howled in the distance. Hansel and Gretel knew they were lost and hungry. Now they were scared too. Gretel, whispered Hansel in fear, what will we do? She did not know what to say. All she could do was to hug her little brother. Every minute it was getting darker and darker. Again a wolf howled in the distance. All of a sudden, Gretel saw a small light shining from far away. It must mean someone was living there in the woods. Look, cried Gretel. I bet whoever lives there will be kind and will take us in. The two children sped as fast as they could to the light in the distance. But when they got closer, they were astonished by what they saw. Try to imagine this. From top to bottom, the hut was made entirely of candy, wrapped with white frosting, dotted with red licorice flakes. The hut was decorated all around the edges with large hard candies and a gingerbread roof. What a sight to see! Before Gretel could say, I bet it will be okay if we have just a little taste, both of them were nibbling bits and then chunks of frosting and candy.